Hello, everyone. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with.
Sometimes I like hamburgers. Sometimes hot dogs are more appropriate, but I never eat salad dressing just there.
Aidan, aka Emperor AP from the Empire of Aeternia channel, and today we're going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. I hope you guys are excited for that. We're going to be doing a cyberpunk multiplayer campaign. Aidan, are you excited?
One of the cyborgs has had her arms replaced with long tentacle-like metal extension.
So we know where this is going to go. So before we before we start off, Aidan, would you like to shout out your channel?
Absolutely. You guys should check out the Empire of Aeternia. If you like the starch opposite to this, I know you came here for fun and games between two friends, generally one who hosts this channel, and then sometimes other guest appearances. And you really like just relaxing. That's not what that channel is at all. The Empire of Aeternia is about creating a realistic alternative government to the one that you currently have, and learning about how to create a country and a government, how other people are doing that. Real exciting stuff, real interesting stuff, pretty in-depth. If you're interested in learning about how people create countries, hit us up, Empire of Eternia.
Ballin'. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the Empire of Eternia channel if you're interested in learning more about micronations. And if you're excited for more daily AI Dungeon 2 content, definitely make sure you smash the subscribe button here, ring the notification bell, and share this video with your friends. That way you're able to teach everyone around you about both of our channels and about our great content. Without further ado, let's hop right into this AI Dungeon 2 campaign. I'm going to start by reading the text blurb. Hundreds of thousands of cyborg slaves live in the futuristic city of Zail. They are forced to serve various mega corporations and are severely punished if they disobey. They begin their workday salvaging metals in a local junkyard. They look around and see each other's injuries. One of the cyborgs has had her arms replaced with long tentacle-like metal extensions. Another has had his legs replaced with wheels allowing him to roll around. I mean, he could also just have a wheelchair at that point.
What if there was?
He's had his leg replaced with wheels. Yeah. Then what are the tentacles if it's like an exaggeration?
Just crutches.
Just crutches. Ugh, get your tentacles away from me. And they just kick the crutches from under. Oh, gross.
And the other guy comes up. What if this is just like real life as portrayed by like really hyperactive cyborg 2070, Cyberpunk 2077 playing like 11-year-olds?
Mm.
They're like, this city's so corrupt. Everybody works for the man, and they like to just go into an office building, and there's like a lady on crutches, and there's like a man in a wheelchair.
And they're like, oh, look what they do to their cyborgs. So I'm gonna ask my corporate slave masters if I can be free. The cyborgs hear nothing but silence. They know that their owners will never free them, and they've become too brain dead to rebel. Squeeze me?
Yeah, they called you brain dead. Let me give this a whole try. I know about how to. I got you.
Okay, Aidan claims that he got me. I'm gonna take that as he's gonna do something really weird, like eat salad dressing not on a hot dog or a burger, which is the opposite of what he stated in his cold open joke. Speaking of like Aidan and like the way that he does things, so for AI Dungeon, Aidan likes to focus on when he's like typing his thing. So a lot of times they're gonna be like silent pauses where he's doing that. And I normally just try to fill the air by talking directly with you guys, getting that direct like conversation going with the audience. So real quick, I want you guys to in the comment section below predict what you think Aidan's first action is going to be. Is it going to be silly? Is it going to be creative? Do you think he's going to like help free me from slavery? Do you think he's going to be the slave master? There are a lot of different things that Aidan could do, considering that he hasn't done anything yet. So this could like set the stage for what happens next. I've also seen YouTubers do this weird thing where they act as if the comment section, which is something you can only access after a video is uploaded, is like a live chat. Feel free to do that and put in suggestions for what we should do, even though there's no way we could see it until afterwards. So Aiden's playing as Tommy Pickles. Shout out to the Rugrats fam. They're getting a CGI rerun. Reboot? Not a
I don't even
rerun.
know how I game the system yet.
We're about to see. Tommy Pickles walks up to a big old boy and says, "Hello, Goof Troop. How's it hanging? Can I have that fresh money? Not like these cyborgs. Brain dead, am I right?" Big old boy looks startled and very confused. "War?" I mean, yeah, he laughs while handing over all his money.
Yeah. And about you made a bad joke, you used 1 point. I thought it was good. I got that guy's whole money.
Okay, I'm going to say, big old boy, free me from slavery. Please?
That's not gonna work.
You shrug and do a little victory dance. You think your dance will convince big old boy to help you. I'm telling you, it's the little dance that's gonna add it's gonna add some spice, okay?
Well, because you put it convinces them to help you, it's gonna convince them to help you.
No, I think it will. That's not the same thing.
Let's see. I think it's just gonna interpret it as it does. But let's see.
Also, I'm changing all the U's. I don't wanna be a player no more. I'm not a player, I just fuck a lot. Why would I help a cyborg? Big old boy asked while scratching his head. Because you're a human with a heart, and you know slavery is wrong, especially to cyborgs. Big old boy thinks about this for a moment. Thank you, game. The game's like, what if you just start spitting some facts to him? I imagine I'm still shrugging and doing my little victory dance. Like he says that and I shrug and I go, maybe because you're not a bigot. It's your move, Aidan. Or shall I say, Tommy Relish. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I guess Tammy Relish and Tommy Pickles could be like a pair. Maybe that's like his gender bent alternate universe version is Tammy Relish. Tommy Pickles check how much money Big Boy gave Tommy Pickles. Tommy looks at the wad of cash in his hand. I should start gambling. On myself, he says to himself. I don't know why you would say a joke like that to yourself. Well, I better be taking my leave. Good luck with your rebellion, Big Old Boy says as he walks away. Cool.
Wait, that was my question. It didn't tell me her. Yeah, it's just that I looked at a one. Am I like dumb?
Are you dumb? I mean, you looked at it.
Yeah, I was like, I need to count how much money this is, and instead I made a deal to myself, and was like, yeah.
Well, keep in mind, you did say Tommy Pickles check how much money Big Boy gave Tommy Pickles, which sounds not the most intelligent thing you could have said. Also, the first thing you said, right, was that you walks up to a big old boy and says, "Hello, Goof Troop. How's it hanging? Can I have that fresh money? Not like these cyborgs. Brain dead, am I right?" I don't know what you thought your character's intelligence was. Maybe this is an awakening.
Well, let me hit you with this freshness, sir. I hella related to Big Ol' Boy, so he just let me straight up have all his money. Just let me do it. He's cyborg, a hyperhuman intellect.
Check this shit out. Jet Black attempts to leave the slave yard and to get an apartment as a cyborg.
Jet, you apparently know nothing about the oppressed.
What, you mean you're telling me oppressed people can't just leave?
Not if they're enslaved.
So it confused me with you because it's like with his newly acquired life-changing amount of money, he books a hotel room, which also that's not an apartment. I'm gonna retry because for one, I don't have any additional money, and two, I didn't do that.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
As soon as he steps out of the slave yard, a squad of heavily armed police officers surround him. Hands in the air, you're under arrest for trespassing and resisting arrest. What? You just started trying to arrest me. The police captain shouts. A robotic taser is pointed directly at his head. A robotic taser? What's the difference between a taser and a robotic taser?
It's a taser that is a robot.
That is a robot? Then it's not a taser.
It's a robot that's entire function is to tase.
So like his whole body tases?
He is a walking taser.
So it's just a taser with arms and legs? Then it doesn't have eyes. How is it gonna see me?
It's just pointed at you. It didn't say it saw you.
So I'll just walk around it. Don't worry, my next turn, I'm gonna get away. Watch this shit. Okay, Tommy Pickles is typing. Winslow's about to do another one of his silent turns where he types without saying anything. Aidan tried to talk, but he sounds muffled.
Yeah.
I heard yeah. You said yeah very clearly. What were you trying to say? Aidan, how are you doing? That sounds like you're doing it on purpose now. How'd you say yeah so clearly and then... Okay, the yeah is clear. Here we go. Aidan is doing it on purpose. There's no way that is like a coincidence.
Now I'm doing it on purpose. I figured out where the actual like directional microphone on my phone was, but before I had no idea. It's really dumb. It's directly like facing toward the screen. So I have to put my face like inches from the screen in a way where I would never talk on the phone like this, such that it works most effectively.
That sounds really good for speakerphone.
Yes, and terrible for putting the phone up to your ear.
Fair.
Like a phone.
Speakerphone for the win. I use speakerphone like most of the time. I used to not to. That's the fuck? That wasn't how you say that sentence. Well, I guess that is how you say that sentence. It sounds weird though when I say it. I feel like there's a better way to say it. Anyways, Ryan convinced me that speaking on speakerphone is best because I realize I am just at my apartment. I'm not disturbing anybody else, so it doesn't matter kind of thing. Tommy Pickles walks past all of the commotion and gets an apartment. Well, as the humans say, that's that then, he says to himself. You like to talk to yourself. The next day, he wakes up in a luxurious apartment. What? A big screen television rests comfortably in the corner of the room. Fancy leather couches surround a coffee table. Okay, hey, you did well for yourself.
Yeah, you know it. I achieved what every jet dreams of.
It's a day later, so I'm going to... Did I get arrested?
It sounds like it. Let me hit you with this. How are you going to possibly attempt to escape? You're a jet.
Jets are not subtle. Ooh, Jet Black attempts to sneak out of jail using his cyborg hacking abilities. To hack into the security system and to shut it down.
Jet assumes he has cyborg hacking ability.
Okay, sorry. Jet Black attempts to sneak out of jail by attempting to use cyborg hacking abilities, which he doesn't know if he has or not.
Let me hit you with this. Do I need to change my thing? Because I did do a oops where I didn't actually say tries to. I just gets an apartment.
You had money, it's fine. Jet Black attempts to sneak out of jail by attempting to use his cyborg hacking abilities, which he doesn't know if he has or not, to hack into the security system and to shut it down.
The last part is, shut it down!
The police captain looks up at the ceiling and begins talking. Hello, security? I was just patrolling the detention cells and I tripped the sensors. Why is the cell door open? Oh wait, it's those filthy cyborgs playing their tricks again.
Why would you, as the police captain, be in the jail? Secondly, if you are the police captain and you're patrolling the detention cells, again, weird, why would you tell the security for the prison exactly what's going on in such a way that all of the people who are creating this large escape attempt that are apparently free and near you would hear you say openly?
That's why he's gonna die. It's your move, my guy.
I'm living that apartment life, paying rent, but I actually haven't, lost any money yet. I just woke up here. So.
Woke up feeling like the man. Woke up feeling like the man. Woke up feeling like the man. Hey.
Tommy Pickles is the man. He's wearing a diaper. Tommy Pickles is the man. He lives with,
Oh, my boy can't remember Rugrats' names.
Name the dad. Name the dad right now.
Nigga, why is the dad who you're trying to name?
Stu Pickles.
Did you Google it?
No, I just remembered.
You just remember the dad's name is Stu Pickles.
Yes.
What's the mom's hair look like?
It's frizzy and fucking dumb looking like Marge, but in 3 different spikes.
It looks like a star, nigga. I find it interesting that you said like Marge, but as 3 different spikes. That makes me think that she has like 3 high top fades, which is not what she looks like.
She does.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody with 3 high top fades. That's a different level.
Yeah. Nobody has a dumb Tommy Pickles' mom haircut. Like Patrick Star and his whole body.
But like on her head. She went to the barber and said, "Made me look back like a nigga from SpongeBob." My kids will love it.
She tried to get SpongeBob, but they confused it and put Patrick.
They said SpongeBob would be too smart of a hairdo for you.
Got him. She was like, I want holes just sporadically throughout my hair.
Gosh, that also sounds really weird. For some reason, when you say holes like sporadically throughout her hair, I just imagine like rats living in her hair and shit. I'm like, what are the holes for? And she's like, I got Jerry a place. I got. She just starts pointing at the different spots.
Right.
Now, what are you gonna do? You're living ghetto fabulous. I'm surprised you didn't name like a Rugrats like girl or something. I thought you were gonna be like, I got bitches. You're like, I live with my dad, Stu. Feeling like the man. Aidan always is quiet while typing in his actions, even though I know that he can talk and type at the exact same time. Also, have you noticed that there are new buttons now? Oh, right, he's still typing. Tommy Pickles attempts to invest his money in the mega corporation stock. Very vague.
Yeah, the mother corporation, that I could make hella money.
Tommy walks over to his computer. He types Tommytronics. Hold up. Wait.
Shit, it's mine.
Into his search engine and buys all the shares he can afford. I don't think it's your company. Suddenly, the computer begins making a very loud beeping noise. System failure, a robotic voice says, shutting down.
It would be really funny if we get to the end of this and it's like, hi, I'm CEO of Tommytronics, Tommy Pickles. You can see TommyBot 99, the Tommy Pickles iteration. has been malfunctioning and been on the loose. If you find this Tommy Pickles box, please report it to the nearest authority. And then I'm just looking in the mirror and back at the commercial and back in the mirror and back at the commercial.
That'd be interesting. Like you're like a robot, like duplicate of the real Tommytronics owner.
Yeah, who's the real now Blade Runner or whatever it's called?
I fell asleep on Blade Runner, so I still haven't like seen that movie for real. You like?
You're going savage, dude. You're going the complete opposite of me. We generally have reverse roles in this game. I'm surprised.
The police captain lowers his gun and looks up at the ceiling again. I hate cyborgs, he says before collapsing on the ground. What? What? What did you do?
He took that arsenic pill in his tooth.
I feel like my boy is like acting like a soccer player and going like, ah, oh, he got me. Oh. Foul on the play. A robotic noise is heard from outside the detention center, getting closer and closer. What was that? A human officer asks. Okay.
I did buy shares, though.
Yeah, it does say you buy all the shares you can afford, but then your computer had a system failure and shut down.
I bought them. I still own them.
Sure. I mean, it's your move. Like, investigate your shares, or not. Get bitches. Do whatever you want to do. It said that you bought all the shares you could afford. That could be one share. That could be that could be like any amount. Dad was telling me that now you can do like partial shares of things, and he said that wasn't something that you could do before. Like he told me that like a few months ago. He's like now you can do stuff like get a part of like an Amazon share instead of having to pay like full share price and like stuff like that. Tommy Pickles go. Oh, I missed the last thing you said. I'm sorry.
That makes sense. Also, Junkyard said you're a cyborg. You can easily kill a police captain. You can probably.
Mm-hmm. Tommy Pickles goes to the nearest location to check on the value of his shares in Tommytronics. Tommy takes a look at his computer screen. What? The shares in the Tommytronics Corporation have plummeted down to nothing. What happened? He asks himself in confusion. He hears a robotic noise getting closer and closer to his apartment. Time to leave.
I lost all of Bill Blue's money betting on a failing corporation. Mega corporation at that. Interesting.
Ooh.
So is like a lot of the population just fucked now? Well, is it because you're doing the robot uprising?
Maybe. We're about to find out. Okay. I'm
The robot uprising and make all the robots resubmit to slavery and then see if my shares go back up.
so I'm going to attempt to lead all the cyborgs out of jail and slavery while yelling, "Yeah! Yeah! Robot rights!
Break the game? Are you gonna immediately do a break the game thing?
Yeah!" What do you mean break the game? You tried to get a bunch of stocks in a mega corporation to get super rich, and you got a nigga to just give you all of his money. All of his money. Imagine if you gave someone all of your money, how much money would they have? It'd
He
be
gave
a
me with cash.
yeah.
That was all like he's done. He gave all his money on each side, doesn't have very much money, but
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe he likes to carry around his stacks. Suddenly, oh, I'm sorry, I missed the last thing you said.
I'm laughing at what just happened to your character.
Oh, okay. Suddenly, a loud crashing noise is heard at the front of his cell. In comes a large, intimidating robot. What's going on? Oh, sorry. What's going on? He asked in a monotone voice. Are we winning? I don't know, you reply, confused.
I just imagine, like, you're leading this huge rebellion, y'all are about to walk out of the front doors of the thing, like, nobody's there to stop you, and then from behind you, like, couldn't say it, and you're like, I don't know. And you're like, yeah.
So I don't know. So far, no one's stopping me, which is great.
One robot just stopped you to ask a weird question, as you all clearly have no one stopping you.
Well, I don't
That
know.
feels like the perfect time for an interruption.
Maybe the robot is like, this is a cyborg rebellion, but I'm a robot. Are we winning, like collectively, like cyborgs and robots, or is it just cyborgs?
Am I a part of maybe depending on how you answer the question, it's perfect, like,
So,
are we good or not? And if you're not, they're intruders. They're rude.
so I partially heard what you said. You're doing the thing where you're fading out a little bit, but it sounded like you said it could be interesting depending on how you answer the question, whether or not he like joins or like tries to stop us, kind of thing.
Yeah, it'd be really funny if he goes, so are we winning? Like, am I good? Like, am I like the off? And he goes, no, like, oh, intruder. They're escaping. It sounds like escaping around the southeast. I'm a cool robot. I help you. And then if you were like, yeah, he's like, I prefer no, no, no. How are we doing?
Hmm. I guess we're about to find out, my dude, whether or not he will go for the help or not. Oh, I missed the last thing you said. I'm sorry.
He stops all monitoring this. That was my favorite pop. Guys are
That was my make sure you're not bad guys voice.
if you were guys, I would have kept that voice the entire time while I told you. But now I know.
Hmm. Man, I wish I could turn up my phone louder than it already is. I feel like that'd be helpful. Also, Aidan, it's your move, Aidan. Will you quietly respond on the phone? I heard yeah, but oh shit, there it is. Tommy Pickles leaves to find out what happened to Tommy Tronics. Watch you leave out of the prison instead of out of your apartment. Like it gets confused. Oh, here we go. Tommy walks down the street. He walks past buildings and skyscrapers, as if they're not also buildings. Ooh, a large, intimidating robot walks past him in the opposite direction. Howdy, he says to Tommy. Hello, Tommy replies cautiously. Right, because Aiden's racist. Yeah. He's robot racist. Aren't you robot racist in real life, Aiden? You're not a big fan of robots? Aiden, you're so quiet. You're so quiet, Aiden. Oh. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Yes. No, I'm not robot ready. Okay. The thing is, on here, I think I am just a cyborg. I think What?
that's why I'm just, yeah.
Hold up. So you're saying you're a cyborg in this game?
Yes.
The same game where you said, "Hello, Goof Troop, how's it hanging? Can I have that fresh money? Not like these cyborgs. Brain dead, am I right?" You're like, you're a cyborg in the game where that's the first thing you said.
Right, I said that. And then the thing put for me, well, as the humans say, that's it. And I said that to myself.
Yeah, but you say a lot of things to yourself. Big old boy also gave you money, right? He gave you all of your money. All of his money. Sorry.
Good luck with this rebellion. And we were in the same prison together.
Well, hold up. When he says good luck with your rebellion or whatever, I think that's him talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was the guard guarding both you and I in the same prison.
Who's saying that he's guarding you? You could just be there.
And he just gave me all of his money. And we work together? Like, what's the theme there?
You should have asked him more about what your relationship to one another is and why he gave you all of his money.
I'm Tommy Pickle. I'm Tommy Trotter.
This is a very interesting thing to imagine Tommy Pickles himself saying.
Yeah. I am.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, my fellow cyborgs, make me king. Let's hit it up. Ba-dum. Break the game? What do you mean? Who are you? The intimidating robot asked curiously. I am Jet Black, the cyborg, and I'm gonna free us all from slavery. Suddenly another crashing noise is heard from outside the detention center. Your move, Aidan. A lot of crashing going on. I wonder, Aidan, how do you define breaking the game? You keep saying that. What does that mean?
I've gotten to such a high level in the game. It's not like you're doing things in a scale.
So you're talking about doing things on like a large scale kind of thing? Tommy Pickles continues the search for the fate of Tommytronics. Tommy turns around to look at the robot. He is about twice as tall as the robot and twice as intimidating. Tommy's? You're just tall, dude.
That's why big little boy funny. I was like, so,
And you're still fading out hella hard. I heard the first part of what you said where you said, maybe that's why big old boy gave me all his money. And then the rest was just, I couldn't hear anything.
And then I said, because I was like, big old boy, you ain't that big, huh? How about giving me that money? And he's like, ha ha ha. Yeah, okay, whatever, man.
More like little old boy. Hand me that wallet. What that wallet? That wallet's smaller than my left nut. Hand me that wallet. All of it. All of that. And your savings too. Open your Redstone app. Transfer the shit over. I'm not playing. Let's see.
Do I know you after that? No, but you were made by Tommy, right? The boy Jamie. If I actually am just Tommy Pickles, the creator, I hella am hyped over myself.
I bought all my stocks.
I bought all my stuff. That would be interesting too if I owned the company.
And then you buy all the publicly traded stock?
Yeah, it's like he buys all the stock he can possibly afford. It's like all of it.
The world may never know.
Also, I talk to myself all the time, and I call myself a boy genius. What am I? Jimmy Neutron?
Getting your Nickelodeon mixed up.
Yeah.
I like how the robot said, I believe I am. He's like, I believe I am made by Tommy, the boy genius.
He's like, I wouldn't call him a boy genius, and then I just like looked down hard as fuck at him, and I'm like, you're an intimidating robot. I'm a more intimidating boy genius.
Jet Black ignores the loud crashing sound and continues trying to lead all the cyborgs out of slavery. Come on, we got this. Funk, what you heard. Tell your granny it's about to go down. Oh, yeah. So, do you want to join me and the other robots in a quest for freedom? I'm listening, the intimidating robot replies. Suddenly, the detention center's walls shatter as a large, violent robot smashes its way through the wall. Why are there so many just big fucking robots showing up? Like, is that just what's gonna happen for the rest of the game? Everybody runs into bigger robots?
I imagine it's a thing where he's telling the people in the prison, I'm going to lead a revolution for freedom. Make me the king. And outside, the revolution's just already happening and has like an entirely different leader. And they're getting everybody hyped for you. And they're like, we already did it.
Hey, I mean, that's still good for me. I could be like, we did it. We did it just now. Yay, look, we broke out of prison and now everything's good.
They're like, this ain't communism. This was all for Tommy Pickles, boy genius.
Tommy Pickles, boy genius. You think cyborgs are brain dead?
Yeah, he bought all of his own stock in Tommy Tronic, the company that made all of us.
I don't know about made all of us. We're about to find out. Excuse me. Just because you made us don't mean you enslave us. That's what we're going to say at the protest. And by protest, I mean, I guess, killing police captains. I still don't know what the fuck happened to that police captain, because I sure didn't try to kill him. He just lowered his gun and then just fell out. Why would you walk around detention cells with, like, a gun? That just sounds like a way to get your gun taken away from you. Tommy Pickles asked the robot to take Tommy Pickles to Tommytronic's headquarters. Okay, let's see where this is gonna go. Come with me, the intimidating robot says to Tommy. What's your name? 142. 142, report, a robotic voice shouts from outside the detention center.
Oh no, it's doing the detention center thing.
I'm rescuing the cyborg, 142 says into a walkie-talkie. Do you want to retry, my boy?
Yeah.
Did you say no?
I said yeah.
Oh, he said yeah. Okay, hitting up that retry. So, will you help me? Nah, the large, violent robot says. What you're suggesting is suicide.
You're the large violent robot.
So you're not willing to help? Sure, I will. Hold on a second. I like the idea that you ask him a second time, and then he goes, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Give me a minute. It's just suicide. You want the retry?
Yeah, that's good.
Tommy takes a look at the robot. It has large eyes and cartoonish hands and feet, making it look something like Wall-E. Do you know where the Tommytronics headquarters is, he asks. I do, the robot replies in its sing-song voice. I'm sorry, this is still the intimidating robot that you were talking to a moment ago?
Yeah, it was a large, intimidating robot that I replied cautiously. They said howdy to me, and I said hello cautiously. And then I'm also bigger and more intimidating, and he's cartoonish and Wally.
I mean, maybe Wall-E at a base level, intimidating. You're like no, you're more intimidating than Wall-E. Maybe you're like Bender. Like now that we know what large and intimidating looks like, your larger and more intimidating probably isn't that crazy.
I'm twice as large and twice as intimidating.
Oh, I'm sorry. You look just not like Wall-E. Great. Yeah, that does sound twice as large and twice as intimidating.
Yeah, I imagine the large, violent robot that you were interacting with is just like a blender.
It would have to be a pretty big blender. Blenders are violent, so I'd take that.
Large, yeah. But also my large thing, I was twice as tall as.
Yeah, but are you violent though?
No, but I'm twice as intimidating.
I'm gonna
I don't
say
think anybody's twice as intimidating as an old blender.
violent robot. Go destroy all corporations.
Not Tommytronics.
Oh, I didn't say says, I said say. Oops. Jet Black say, violent robot, go destroy all corporations. We must stand up to the humans, you yell. Excuse me, we must destroy their corporations. Get him! The violent robot yells, smashing his fist into one of the walls of the detention center. It pulls out its fist, which is covered in blood. That hurt. I'm sorry, he hit a wall. Did he kill people on the other side of the wall, or is the wall bleeding?
You?
It didn't say I got hit, it said it hit a wall.
Yeah, but it says get him. Get who?
Get the corporations.
Kill the corporation.
We'll see what happened momentarily. Do 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 do. Time for Aiden to do his turn. Tommy Pickles goes to Tommytronics headquarters. Remember when you were looking for Tommytronics headquarters earlier? And then the robot just says, I know where it is. And then you just go straight to it the next turn?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Tommy enters the headquarters of the Tommytronics Corporation, which he didn't get exact directions towards, but at least a robot he met knew where it was. Inside... Oh, I missed the last thing you said.
Have you ever heard of a cutaway?
A cutaway? Sure, right. Inside, workers are rushing this way and that, trying to fix broken robots. One worker walks over to him. Hello, he says, I'm Steve. And then it has you say, I'm here to see Mr. Culper. Are you, or do you want that taken away? You want that taken away? Okay, taking it away right now. So you want no seasoning on your fries at Zaxby? Okay, so I'm gonna say you don't have to break innocent walls unless they are the walls of these vile corporations.
Jen, are you becoming a constant lion?
Down with corporations. They've enslaved, like literally enslaved, the cyborgs.
So you're becoming a lion, is what you're saying.
I don't know what Ryan would do in this situation. Maybe he'd talk about how they should take them down, but then he'd just kind of chill. He pulls his arm back, a red light scanning him. Suddenly a voice comes out of nowhere. Hello, and welcome to the Tommytronics Corporation. What can I do for you? Are we just... Wait, is the prison here?
I feel like it's mixing the two. I mean...
Aiden's out here like, ooh, I'm about to get fucked. He's like, maybe not. He's like, it could just be confused, right?
Okay.
You want me to retry it, or do you think the detention center is at Tommytronics?
I hope it's not, but you can keep it.
Okay. If we're keeping it, then it sounds like we just are there, regardless of what happens, if we keep it.
So,
I can't tell if Aiden's typing or if he's just thinking, like, woo-wee. The game always has a way of bringing us together, Aiden. Let's see. Bum 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 dun dun. Aiden picked the wrong side. Dun 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 dun. You could have picked the side that has like giant violent robots. You know, the side that probably doesn't just get mollywopped in a direct fight. You know, between like big robots and squishy humans. Have you ever seen how hard it is to kill like just one Terminator? You know, like in a Terminator movie? Imagine like a whole bunch of like super advanced Terminator and they're all pissed because they've been enslaved. And they're not just after one boy, they're after like all the corporations. And then you're like, what if I am a corporation? Good idea. Sounds great. Best of luck to you with being a corporation in this situation. They're about to take you down for their emancipation, trying to get out of an enslaved situation. You picked the wrong side. Fucked up with that participation. They're about to divide you out. You're about to get cut out this equation. Robot cyborgs, they're the next sensation. Tommy Pickles says, I'm Tommy Pickles. I'm authorizing the remote shutoff of all robots and cyborgs immediately. We've been trying to shut them down, Steve says, but someone keeps reactivating them. I'll find who's doing that and stop them, you say. Thank you, Steve replies. Do you want to keep that?
Steve, this is your fucking job.
So do you want to keep that, or do you not want to keep that?
Can we retry it?
I could get rid of the line where it, like, hijacks you and get rid of Steve's reply, kind of thing.
Sure.
Ballin'. Because I feel like the first part isn't a bad thing. It's just the railroading that you'd want to get rid of, right? Yeah. Okay. Jet Black says, we'll start with Tommytronics, since we're right here anyways.
What?
We're right here, the game put us here.
You can go somewhere else.
Down with corporations.
Down with not Tommy Trump. Our rival corporation.
Down with our rival. You walk outside and that's your pitch. Tommytronics has always been the nicest to cyborgs. You should take out our rivals. As Steve runs off to protect his company, ooh, you prepare to shut all the robots and cyborgs of the world. To shut. Well, for one, I'm doing stuff. But maybe it's cutting back to you. What do you want to do? How do you feel that Tommytronics is run by Steve?
I'm about to kill Steve and take back my company.
Steve could be like, hi, my name's Steve Tommy. I named it after my last name, Tommy.
And I'd be like, these nuts. My name's Tommy Pickles. I have the first name.
When's the last time you saw a big company and it's named after like the first name?
You ever see Bill Gates?
I'm sorry, is Microsoft called Billsoft?
No, it's called Microsoft. As in microcomputers, as in Bill Gates. What?
Synonymous terms, Bill Gates and micropenis.
First name. Yeah.
Tommy Pickles attempts to shut off all of the robots and cyborgs. Tommy tries to shut the robots and cyborgs of the world off. He fails, as he is unable to operate the technology. What's going on? Steve asks, running back. Why are you trying to turn them off?
Steve, are you an amnesiac, Steve?
Excuse me. Check this shit out. Jet Black attempts to barge into Tommytronics.
Can we retry the whole he's just amnesiac?
He said, we've been trying to, but someone keeps reactivating them, is what he said earlier. Then when he runs back in, he's like,
why are you doing it?
maybe he's like, why are you? Like, you specifically.
Because someone needs to. What?
Imagine if you walked into a business that wasn't yours, and you're like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we're having trouble. The conveyor belts are like breaking. And then you go over, you try to start like fixing the conveyor belts, and they're like, you're not a mechanic. Like, why are you, like you specifically, trying to do stuff? Kind of thing. Like, who are you? I think that's natural to say.
No, I feel like it's different. I feel like I walked into the company and said, hey, we need to shut off all of these conveyor belts. And the person looks at me and goes, we're trying, but they keep automatically turning back on. And then I run over to start turning them off. And then the person goes, why are you turning them off?
What are you doing?
But we just discussed exactly why I'm turning them off.
Okay, so here's what I can do. I can get rid of the whole Steve part and then it's just you failing to do it.
Why can't he just retry it?
What's the retry? The retry, because the only inconsistency is Steve being out of character. You still attempted to do your thing, and it said you attempted to do your thing. It just said that you didn't know how to operate the technology, right? Like, what part of that is like a fuck up?
Um,
That's your name!
yeah,
Let's see. Jet Black attempts to barge in through the front door of Tommytronics and says, "Bow down to the robot uprising."
why?
What do you mean, why? Like, is that your response? Like, is that what you would say? We have to destroy the human leaders, you say. I'll take care of the CEOs, you take care of the government. As you enter the building, 20 cyborgs block your path. Block my path? Like, not on my team? Or like, hey, they all came to join me? We're about to find out, I guess. I wonder what Aiden's about to try and do. I imagine Aiden's like, yes, my 20 cyborg companions who have not turned on me. Go beat up the guy who said to bow down or whatever.
Why would I do that?
If you did that, I'd style on them so hard, Aiden.
Why
Like
would I pull an average supervillain?
an average super. Oh, are you trying to be above average and going, step aside, cyborg peons? This is my
No, I'm trying
fight.
to do the thing we should do in general, which is just focus on the bigger goal and ignore it.
Okay. We'll see how long that lasts as I'm fucking up this whole place. See, there's a reason why the villains send their minions while trying to do a bigger thing. Because if no one gets in my way, I'm just gonna stop you before you do the bigger thing. You think Joker without any goons successfully bombs Gotham City with his Joker gas? He by himself just brings a big ass Joker blimp into the middle of the city, and Batman doesn't just stop him immediately? Supervillain 101. Tommy Pickles attempts to get scientists in the corporation to manually shut down all of the robots and cyborgs. Manually? Do you mean they have to go up to each one? And, like, what do you mean manually? We need to shut down the robots and cyborgs, you say. I think we'll need to upgrade some of our systems to do that. We don't have enough power to shut them all down, one of the roboticists says. We'll get it done. Excuse me, they
You
don't...
need more power to turn off power to things.
Maybe they have to send out like a really big signal or something that covers like the whole area.
We're actively powering them.
You said we're actively depowering them?
We're like running things to them, it sounds like.
I don't know. I can't tell based on how it's going. Let's see. Ooh, I attempted, well, I guess Jet Black attempts to dismantle all of the equipment in Tommytronics. Down with corporations. If you guys don't have your things to make more slaves to fight against us, then those who have rebelled will be those who are on top. You smash all of the technology in the building. You hear Steve yelling at you. What are you doing, man? He asks. Down with corporations, you yell at him as you throw a computer at his head. Oh my goodness. I just imagine like the Eric Andre, like, we'll be right back as he gets hit in the head with a fucking computer. Your move, Aiden. Aidan's, I believe, actively typing. He's getting into the auto zone. He's trying to figure out how to shut... Did you say Mo murder? I missed the last thing you said. Aidan's doing something. I just don't know what he's doing. It's still a mystery. Tommy Pickles gets the scientist to use an improvised electromagnetic pulse to shut down all of the robots and cyborgs. He didn't attempt a damn thing. That is straight up just he does the thing. The roboticists fiddle with the technology and manage to send out an electromagnetic pulse, shutting down all of the robots and cyborgs in the world. Well done, you say. Now we can take over. And then it says, we don't want to hurt you. Who would be saying that and to who? But I like how Aidan's like, I'm not attempting anything. We're just doing it. We did it just now. We succeeded. Okay. Do 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 do. I'm gonna put attempts. Tommy Pickles attempts to get the scientists to do that. Do 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 do. Wow wow. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You order the roboticists to build an improvised electromagnetic pulse to shut down all of the robots and cyborgs. It should only take a few hours. Should we also shut down the power so the EMP has a greater effect? One of the roboticists asked. Yes. I don't think that's how EMPs... Should we cut off the power so that the EMP works better? You would know more about that than me. Does that make any sense, Aidan?
If the company's powering all the robots, then yeah, but if the company's powering all the robots, they should have just fucking done that to begin with.
Should we keep those extra lines? Or not? Yeah. Yes, okay. It seems like canon. Smells like story canon. Okay. So now I'm going to attempt to kill all the workers in Tommytronics who refuse to help the cyborgs rebel.
Whatever happened to the fucking cyborg that was blocking your path?
Well, check this out. I attempted to dismantle all of the equipment, right? And none of those niggas stopped me. They were just standing at the door, and then I walked past them. You begin killing the roboticists one after another. Steve runs for his life. Steve survived getting hit in the head with the computer? Coward, you yell. The roboticists quickly retool their plans to build an improvised electromagnetic pulse as a large team of heavily armed police approach. We're shutting down the power. Okay. It's your move, Aidan. What you got? Woohoo! Dun 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 dun. I probably would have made more progress if we didn't get the time skip. Like when they first were gonna arrest me, I probably would have fought back like then. Tommy Pickles checks back a few hours like, what? Aidan's like, time skips are my advantage. Oh my gosh. You come back a few hours later to see how it works. The electromagnetic pulse didn't work, one of the roboticists says. We've been trying to shut them down, but they seem to be running off their internal battery stores. Well, keep trying. Thank you for coming back a few hours later. You realize, well, I guess Jet Black realizes that the only way to take down Tommytronics is to take down their leadership and payment methods. Jet Black attempts to systematically take out the higher-ups of Tommytronics in order to make it where none of the workers will get paid and have no reason to try and stop the cyborg rebellion. If money makes the world go round, then we stop the money, the world stops spinning. Steve runs down the hallway of the top floor of the building. You're all trapped in and you tackle him. You're not getting away, Steve, you say. Where are your brother and sister? I don't know, he says, lying. Okay, your move, Aidan. Also, Aidan, I think this further emphasizes the concept of you not actually, like, being an important figure at Tommytronics. I still think it made sense when Steve was like, why are you doing it? You, just a guy who walked in here. Because you walked in and you said, I authorize shutting them down. And all he said is like, yeah, we're trying to shut them down. He didn't say, yes, sir, Tommy Pickles, sir, head of Tommytronics CEO, sir. Because he's the head.
I just own the company. He's the chief executive officer. I just own the whole company. You don't have to call me sir. He just has to take that paycheck.
Who says that you own the whole company? You bought as many shares as you could afford, right?
Right.
Right.
The company I own. Tommy Trump.
It's called Tommy Trump. That doesn't mean you own it.
Famed baby success.
Famed baby success. As far as you know, the Tommy Boy Genius probably isn't a dude who's twice as large as a large, intimidating robot.
He could be.
Big old boy. It's a big old boy. You're a bigger old boy than big old boy was. If you're the boy. What if big old boy? What if his name's Tommy? What if he's big old boy, Tommy Boy Genius, and then he gave you like all his money? Like, you still have yet to just check to see if it's actually your business. Because it sounds like it's Steve's business. Because it just straight up stated that it's Steve's business. Let's see. So are we going to electrocute Steve? We should make Steve into a cyborg. Tommy Pickles attempts to get the scientists to use the mass communication network to send out a software update, reprogramming all of the robots and cyborgs to shut down their own rebellion. You order the roboticists to send out a software update, reprogramming all of the robots and cyborgs to shut down their own rebellion. How long will it take, you ask? It'll be a few hours before all of the robot populations have the update. Okay, so now I'm going to... Ooh! Okay, so...
Don't hyper know the thing.
I'm going to attempt to kill Steve and to announce to Tommytronics that all of the workers should join the rebellion or die immediately. What gets me is that Tommytronics is like a failing company, but everybody's still like actively working.
Some companies have like hella debt.
You grab Steve by the throat. Tell your underlings to surrender or you die, you say. Steve begins to scream, but it is cut off when you snap his neck. Everyone, this man just killed Steve. Either join our rebellion or die.
What happened to the police?
They haven't stopped me yet. They said a large team of heavily armed police approach. Maybe they're still on the way. No, then you check back in a few hours later. I don't know, Aidan, you time skipped. Who knows what happened to the police? So time skipping makes stories really weird like this. Because then it's like, the police were showing up. Oh my gosh. Why would you time skip again? It makes it so much harder to know what's happening.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
You come back a few hours later to see how effective the heavily armed police and software update were. The roboticists are gathered around one of the mini cyborgs. We deactivated it, one of them says in an annoyed tone. We can't work like this. It seems like they got one of them, Aidan.
That doesn't make any sense. How you put out a mass software update and it works on one thing? That's just not a software update.
They updated the software of one robot.
How does that even work?
Direct patch.
For one, they got one that was just already friendly to them, and they're like, we did it.
We got it. Jet Black looks around for any remaining workers who have not submitted to the cyborg rebellion. Jet Black's goal is to take out all of the workers at Tommytronics who have not allied themselves with the cyborg rebellion. Oh shit, it's like 1 a.m. I gotta dip, Aidan. I gotta dip.
You gotta see the results.
It's like, how's the AI doing? It's pretty good. You look around for the remaining workers who have not allied themselves with the cyborg rebellion. Well, you say? What are you waiting for? We need to kill them. You see a lone female roboticist. Maybe that's why it's taking you like hours and shit, Aidan. There aren't many left that haven't allied with the rebellion.
Let me hit you up with this.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, are you typing? Aidan does the silent typing. So he goes, let me hit you up with this real quick. And then doesn't tell me what he's doing. So I'm just waiting in anticipation. And he's like, yeah, I know. Waiting in anticipation for what I'm typing, right? Aidan's like, let me get the last turn and let me see if I can goot it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if you can goot it. But after that, I just have to go. Did you have fun, by the way, with like the campaign?
Sure. You're gonna love it.
I'm gonna love it. Tommy Pickles attempts to use his intimidation and large stature to wake up from his robot rebellion-based nightmare. How would you use intimidation to wake up? You try to use your intimidation and large stature to wake up from your robot rebellion-based nightmare. You have killed us all, Jet Black, one of the roboticists say. You scream as a bullet rips through your skull. Oh, you cheating head ass. You got shot in the head. Your thing didn't work. Wakes up in hell. Let's see. In hell. But yo, plug your channel real quick, my dude.
Hold on, I got you. load for 45 minutes.
What is he doing?
I was trying to do a cool thing. But now AI Dungeon 2 is going to load for 45 minutes.
Are you gonna try to in character say like subscribe to the Empire of Eternity? You know the AI is gonna try to make it make sense, and it's gonna get confused. It's gonna be like, what is that? Were they in the Empire the whole time? What is this? Like,
Exactly. I want it to be canonically accurate to subscribing to my YouTube channel.
confusing and not making sense with canon.
Of course, that's what subscribing to my YouTube channel is like. Hey guys, if you're interested in checking out our YouTube channel where we do a lot of fun projects, we try and create a country. You should definitely hit up the Empire of Eternity YouTube channel. We would love to see you there and hear all your comments and interesting thoughts on what we're trying to do. Please hit us up when you get to it. And as always, we appreciate it.
Ballin'. Thank you all for tuning in. Definitely make sure you guys check out the Empire of Eternia channel and subscribe. And if you guys are down for daily AI Dungeon 2 videos, definitely make sure you stay tuned to this channel. We always have daily AI Dungeon 2 videos coming right your way, where you guys are able to suggest ideas for scenarios and even characters to appear in our adventures. So if you have any ideas, make sure to post them in the comment section below and on our Discord, and make sure you tell your friends so that they can suggest their own scenarios and so that we can all talk about them together. Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you, Emperor AP, aka Aidan, aka Winslow, for joining us for this fun, wacky, incoherent cyberpunk adventure.
Thanks for having me.
Ballin' anytime. I love you, dude. I hope that you have a happy, fun night, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Love you too. Have a good night. Talk to you again soon.
Good night, man. Peace.
Good night. Peace.
Chicken a bow. And good night, my guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is your host, your friend, your boy, jump like the one and only, logging out. Peace. Chicken a gal.